If the value reduces for intangible fixed asset, it is called as what? Amortization, not depreciation. Changes in inventory is nothing but your opening stock minus closing stock, where you are going to record non-current assets, where all the non-current assets like fixed asset, under fixed asset you have tangible and intangible. Provision for taxation comes under short-term provisions under the heading current liabilities. Hello everyone, I am Harshita, lecturer, Department of Commerce, Vidyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysore. My dear students, today I am going to discuss your session 3 of Unit 3, and the Unit 3 name is Final Accounts of Joint Stock Company, and this is for 2nd Sem BBA students of Mysore University under NEP syllabus, and the subject name is Financial Accounting and Reporting. So this is all about, and I have told you, a very important unit for 15 marks where you can expect a 100% question from this particular unit. Okay, so in your previous session, we have discussed about all the theoretical concepts, as well as we have learnt about what is the format of statement of profit and loss as well as balance sheet, which has to be prepared as per Companies Act 2013 under Schedule 3 Part 1 and Part 2. Okay, so in today's session, I am going to discuss a problem, and this is a problem which is given in your question paper in the year 2023. That is your last year question paper problem for 15 marks. So 2023 question paper, and this is a 15 mark question. Now, before we shall start the problem, so what we have discussed in your previous session, so exactly we have learned the format of your trading profit and loss account, that is your statement of profit and loss account as well as balance sheet. So in your question, they'll give you a trial balance with few adjustments. So as usual, you know the accounts in the trial balance should appear only once in your solution, and the adjustment we will record twice in your solution. So what you have to exactly prepare in your solution? So you have to prepare your statement of profit and loss and balance sheet as per Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013. So your part 1 will be balance sheet and part 2 will be statement of profit and loss. Okay, so how do you begin your statement of profit and loss? So you'll start with revenue from operation, other income, then you will get total income. When you add 1 plus 2, that is revenue from operation and other income, you will get total income. For expenses, you will record all the expenses like cost of material consumed, purchase of stock in trade, change in inventories, then employee benefit expenses, finance cost, depreciation and amortization, other expenses. So when you add all the expenses, you will get total expenses. Suppose if you have gone through your earlier session, so you will be able to understand exactly what is the format of statement of profit and loss. So before seeing this session, so go through your earlier session so that you will get a clear picture. So how you have to prepare your statement of profit and loss. So when you get the total expenses, then you will have profit before tax, less tax expenses, then profit after tax. So this will be your statement of profit and loss. Coming to your balance sheet. So we are going to follow the vertical form of balance sheet as well as statement of profit and loss. So as per Companies Act 2013. So your balance sheet format starts from equity and liabilities. Under that we have first one, shareholders fund. Under shareholders fund, you are going to write share capital, reserves and surplus. Usually this much they will ask. Next, second is non-current liability. Third one, current liabilities. Next, your second part is your assets, where you are going to record non-current assets, where all the non-current assets like fixed asset, under fixed asset you have tangible and intangible. Then second, current assets. So this will be the exact format of your statement of profit and loss as well as balance sheet. So if you just listen, you don't understand, just go through your previous session and watch the session so that you will understand what is the exact format of your final accounts of joint stock company. Now, without wasting the time, so let us begin the session. So here I am going to discuss, as I have already told you, I am going to discuss a question paper problem, that is 2023 question paper problem of Mysore University, which was asked in your last question paper for 15 marks. Now, go through the question here. The following is a trial balance. So they have given the trial balance of Smita Company Limited as on 31st/3/2018. So they have given us trial balance where we have stock, purchases, wages, furniture and fittings, salaries, rent, sundry expenses, dividend paid, debtors, machinery, cash in hand, cash at bank, patents and trademarks, sales, profit and loss account, which means that previous year profit, capital, so they have given us capital, sundry creditors, reserves and surplus, discount received. Next, they have given us adjustment. So stock on 31st/3/2018 was valued for rupees 82,000, which means that what? Closing stock. Depreciation on fixed asset at 10%. So we have to calculate the depreciation on fixed assets. Now, what are the fixed assets we have? Yes, we have furniture and fittings here. And one more, machinery. So we have machinery. So, and one more fixed asset we have, that is patent as well as trademark. But depreciation is calculated only on tangible fixed asset. Whereas if you see here patent and trademark, even though it is a fixed asset, but it is intangible fixed asset. So where if the value reduces for intangible fixed asset, it is called as what? Amortization, not depreciation. So we are not going to calculate for this, that is your depreciation. Make a provision for tax. So they have given provision for taxation at 50%. Prepare final accounts as on 31st/3/2018. So this was a simple problem what they have asked for 15 marks. Now we shall directly begin the solution. Now, so this would be the solution where you will write schedule 3 part 2. So I have told you as per Companies Act 2013. So under schedule 3 part 2, they have given the format of statement of profit and loss. So I'll write the heading statement of profit and loss for the year ended 31st/3/2018. Now how do you start with? So we'll start with, so your columns required are particulars, note number and amount. So you have to prepare the necessary note wherever required. So we will start with revenue from operation. Now what is this revenue from operation? Which means that sales. Okay. So let us see the question. Yes, we have sales here. We have sales here. Suppose if they have given sales return, then you should write sales minus sales return. Okay, but here in this problem we don't have sales return as well as purchase return. So sales is what? It is revenue from operation. So I have prepared a note for it. So let us see the note. Yes, so note revenue from operation. So revenue from operation means what? It is sales. Okay, so how much? 3,50,000. So total it is 3,50,000, where I have to write the note number and the exact amount. That is your total amount what I have got here. So revenue from operation. So remember, so revenue from operation means what? It is sales. So note number 1, 3,50,000. Second is other income. Now, how to identify other income? If you see the question, anything if they have given received, so it is considered as what? Income. Okay. So, what you have? So, here we have income like, yes, we have dividend or discount received. Discount received is what? Income. So, you can't write directly in your statement of profit and loss. So, second one, discount received, you can't write like that, because as per the format, your second one is what? Other income. So, now what you have to do? You have to prepare a necessary note for it. Now, see the note here, other income, even though we have only one income, so show the note, okay, because we can't directly write this discount received in your statement of profit and loss. So, we will write under the heading other income where we have discount received 5,000. Now, how do you show here? Note number 2, that is 5,000. Then you will get total income. So, how do you get total income? Revenue from operation plus other income. So, you will get total income. So, that will be 3,55,000. So, hope you are clear about it. Now coming to your fourth one, so your main heading will be expenses. So under expenses, you have cost of material consumed, your first one. But in this question, there is no cost of material consumed, so it is dash. Next, purchase of stock in trade. So purchase of stock in trade is nothing but your purchases. Now see the question, so we have purchases. So if you see the question, So where there is purchases, yes, we have purchases here. But in the whole trial balance, there is no purchase return. Suppose if there was purchase return, then purchases minus return. So that net amount will be what? Your purchase of stock in trade. But here they have given just purchases, but still we have to prepare a note for it. Yes, so expenses. So purchases, it has given directly purchases of stock in trade. So no need to prepare a note, or if you prepare a note, note number 3, purchases of stock in trade, you'll write the purchases amount and you can write directly. So I have not written here because we had only one and it is understood that purchase of stock in trade is nothing but purchases. If there was written, then you had to prepare a note for it. So I have written it directly, purchases of stock in trade, that is 2,45,000. Next, changes in inventories. So changes in inventory is nothing but your opening stock minus closing stock. So changes in inventories means what? Opening stock minus closing stock. Now see the question. So where we have opening stock. So opening stock, yes. So here, somewhere here in the opening stock. So opening stock, yes, we have opening stock in the beginning itself. So opening stock 75,000 minus closing stock. So closing stock they'll give in the adjustment 82,000. So opening stock minus closing stock will be change in inventories. So let us see the note, change in inventories. So how do we record? Change in inventories, opening stock 75,000 minus closing stock 82,000. So the total will be minus 7,000. So we have to write exactly minus 7,000. If it is negative, you have to write in the bracket. Okay. So changes in inventories, that is minus 7,000. Next one is employee benefit expenses. Now, how to identify employee benefit expenses? Anything related to employees. Okay. So let us see here. Normally, they'll give in the question wages and salaries. So these two are employee benefit expenses. So you have to prepare a note, employee benefit expenses, add these two and write in your statement of profit and loss. Now let us see the note. Yes, we have employee benefit expenses, wages 50,000, salary 7,500. So overall it is 57,500. So write the note number. So yes, employee benefit expenses, note number 5, 57,500. Next one, we have finance cost. So finance cost is nothing but your interest as well as dividend. Now if you see the question here, so we have dividend paid. So one finance cost we have and you have to search for interest. There is no interest. So dividend paid comes under what? Finance cost, where you have to prepare a note for it. Okay, so finance cost, let us see the note. Finance cost, dividend paid 9,000. So total it is 9,000. Okay, so finance cost. So we'll write the note number 6 and it is 9,000. Next, depreciation and amortization expenses. So normally they'll give in the adjustment depreciation. Now see here, if you see here depreciation on fixed asset at 10%. So you have to calculate the depreciation. So furniture and fitting 17,000 into 10%, it will be 1,700. And for machinery 29,000 into 10%, 2,900. So 2,900 plus 1,700. So that total amount will be depreciation and amortization. So let us see the note for it. Depreciation and amortization expenses, depreciation on furniture and fitting 17,000 into 10%, that is 1,700. Machinery 29,000 into 10%, 2,900. So total it is 4,600. So write the note number. Depreciation and amortization, that is note number 7, 4,600. Now don't get confused, one note number is missing, it's because of purchases. Okay. Next, other expenses. Other than that, so other than the expenses, what you have not recorded here comes under other expenses. Now let us see what are the other expenses we have. Yes, we have rent, sundry expenses. So these two are other expenses. So you have to prepare a note for it. You will write here other expenses, note number 8. Now let us see Other expenses, rent and sundry expenses, that is 4,950 and 7,050. So overall it is 12,000 other expenses. So that amount you will record here, other expenses 12,000. Then you will get what? Total expenses. So total expenses, how to calculate? So you will add all these expenses. So you have to add all these expenses, then you will get what? Total expenses. So if you add from here, 2,45,000 plus 57,500 plus 9,000 plus 4,600 plus 12,000 minus 7,000. So you'll get total expenses 3,21,100. Next, fifth one will be profit before tax. So how do you get profit before tax? That is total revenue 3. Total revenue minus total expenses, that is 4. 3 minus 4. Okay, so total revenue was 3,55,000 minus 3,21,100. You'll get 33,900. So what is this? Profit before tax. Next, 6. Less provision for taxation they have given in the adjustment. So make a provision for tax 50%. So on what you will calculate 50%? On this amount, 33,900 profit before tax. So 33,900 into 50%, so it will be 16,950. So when you minus this, 5 minus 6. So you'll get profit after tax 5 minus 6. So 16,950. Next, add profit of the last year. So, if you see your trial balance, we have P&L account, that is 31st/3/2017. So, that is how much? 15,030. So, this will be the profit of last year. So, I have to add that profit so that you will get the net surplus. So, add that profit. So, add profit of last year 15,030. Then you will get total surplus 31,980. So, hope you are clear about statement of profit and loss. Now, we shall begin with the balance sheet. So, you have seen all these notes, correct? So, these are the notes what you have to prepare. So, wherever necessary, so when you prepare your statement of profit and loss, you start your statement of profit and loss in one sheet and in the other sheet, wherever necessary. So, while solving itself, wherever necessary, you will prepare a necessary note for it. Okay, so this is how you will solve the final account of joint stock company. Next, so we shall start with your balance sheet, that is under schedule 3 part 1, balance sheet as on 31st/3/2013. So your columns are same, particulars, note number, and I have drawn 2 amount column. One is inner column as well as outer column, so that I can write the amount in the inner column and total that amount and write in the outer column. Okay, so we shall start with equity and liabilities. Under equity and liabilities, so once you know the format, it is very easy to solve the problem. Okay, so first you have to learn the format. Okay, so first is equity and liabilities. Under that we have first one shareholders fund. Under shareholders fund we have share capital. Now share capital they have directly given in your trial balance. So see the share capital. So capital, that is capital 10,000 shares of rupees 10, that is 1 lakh. So this will be the share capital. Okay, so you will write the same. So share capital, that is note number 9, 1 lakh. Next, B, reserves and surplus. Now see the question. So see the trial balance, they have given the reserve. Okay, so let us see how much it is. Yes, reserves and surplus, they have given 15,500 plus whatever the surplus you got. So that you have to add to reserves and surplus. Okay. Yes, reserves and surplus 15,500 plus your surplus. Surplus after preparing a statement of profit and loss. So how much surplus did we get? That is, so if you see here, so what was the total surplus? 31,980. So you have to add that surplus. So 31,980, so it will be 47,480. So, hope you are clear. Share capital they have directly given, reserves and surplus they have given the amount, this amount in the trial balance plus the surplus after you prepared your statement of profit and loss. So, whatever the surplus you got, that you have to add here. Next, C is money received against share warrants. So, you don't have any necessary note to be prepared here because it is not there in your question. Next, share application money pending allotment. For this also, note is not required. Non-current liabilities. So, non-current liability, if you see the whole question, there is no non-current liability. Now, how to identify non-current liabilities? So, it will be like 10% debentures, bonds. So, those will be long-term liabilities. But in the question, it is not given. So, it will be nil. Next, current liabilities. So, under current liabilities, so let us see what they have given. So, current liabilities, so your creditors plus bills payable. So, that will be what? Trade payable. So, when they have given bills payable and creditors, you have to prepare a necessary note called trade payable and add creditors and bills payable. So, but in this question, we don't have bills payable. So, we have creditors. So, creditors comes under which heading? That is trade payable. So, I have written here. Yes, trade payable creditors. That is how much? 17,500. So, for the main headings, you will write the note number. Now, for share capital, it is 9. Next, non-current liability 10. Current liability is 11. So, it need not be the same. So, you can, based on your, how you prepare a note, based on that, you can write the note number. Next, short-term provision. Short-term provision, already we have calculated provision for taxation. So, that would be a short-term provision. So, short-term provision was 16,950. So, if you see your statement of profit and loss, so provision for taxation 16,950. So, this is what short-term provisions. So, provision for taxation comes under short-term provisions under the heading current liabilities. Short-term provision 16,980, you will add these two, so you will get 34,450. So, this will be the total of current liabilities. Next, you total. Okay, so when you total all the liabilities, you will get 1,81,930. So, hope you are clear. So, we will start with equity and liabilities. Under that, first one, shareholders fund. Under shareholders fund, we have share capital, reserves and surplus. Next, second is non-current liability, easy to identify, anything which is long term, that is more than 1 year. So, all are termed as long-term liabilities. Under current liability, based on the problem, you will write the headings and you will prepare necessary note. When it is only one, you can just write in the bracket also, that is also fine. Next, second is assets. So, under assets, we have non-current assets, first one. So, under non-current asset, A fixed asset, under fixed asset, we have tangible as well as intangible. In this question, yes, we have both tangible assets and intangible assets along with the depreciation. So, you have to minus those depreciation. So, tangible asset, we had furniture and fittings, 17,000 minus depreciation, already we have calculated 10% each. So, here also 10% each. So, already we have calculated. So, overall it will be 15,300. Next, coming to intangible asset, we have one intangible asset in your trial balance, that is patents and trademarks. So, I have already told you for which we need not calculate the depreciation because it is an intangible fixed asset. So, I will write patents and trademarks, that is 4,380. When you total all these, so you will get the total of fixed asset, that is 46,230. So, that will be note number 12. Next is current assets. So, under current asset, we have certain headings here based on the trial balance question. So, you have to prepare a necessary headings here. So, closing stock. So, closing stock comes under what? Inventories. Now, which stock you will record? Your closing stock, which is given in the adjustment. So, if you see the question here, yes, closing stock, this will be your actually the inventories, closing stock. Opening stock, where do we record? So, opening stock, change in inventories we have taken, opening stock plus closing stock. So, that comes under change in inventories. This closing stock comes under this inventories. Next, after inventories, what we have? So we are done with this, reserves and surplus, sundry creditors, capital done, sales done, patents and trademark. It comes under intangible assets. Next, we have cash at bank. So, cash at bank and cash in hand. So, this comes under the heading cash and cash equivalents. Okay. Next, we have debtors. So, debtors comes under what? Bills receivable or trade receivable. So, under the heading trade receivable, we will record bills receivable and debtors. So, we have three current assets now. One is cash and cash equivalents, where you have to add cash in hand and cash at bank. And the next one will be your trade receivable. So, where you are going to record your debtors. Next, all other expenses are done. So let us see the balance sheet. Yes, so as I told you, inventories, you are going to record your closing stock 82,000. Trade receivable is nothing but your debtors. Suppose if they have given bills receivable, then you had to add bills receivable, but in this question it is not there. Next, cash and cash equivalents, where you have taken cash in hand and cash at bank. So you can prepare a necessary note for it. So cash and cash equivalents, so when you add those two, you'll get 16,200. Okay, so I have prepared a note for cash and cash equivalents. That is cash in hand 10,200, cash at bank 6,000. So overall it is 16,200. So you can write this in your balance sheet. That is 16,200. When you add all these, you will get the total of current assets. You will write in the outer column. So when you add non-current asset 46,230 plus current asset 1,35,700. So you will get a total of 1,81,930. So this will be the total, where the total of asset is 1,81,930 and the total of liability is also 1,81,930. So you will prepare the balance sheet exactly, but this will be in a vertical form. So hope you are clear about it. So first you have to go through the format, then only you can easily solve the problem for 15 marks. And it was a very easy problem what they have asked in your last year for 15 marks. Okay. So under which headings? So what you have to record, that you have to know. So this can be learnt only by seeing your format. First you have to study your format, then solve the problem. So hope you have understood how you have to prepare your balance sheet. So my dear students, thus we have come to the end of this particular session. See you all in the next session with a new concept. Till then, take care. Thank you.